The wedding was off. Just like that, years of planning gone, a love story seemingly over. She stared at the dress, a cascade of white silk and lace. It mocked her with its beauty, a stark reminder of what should have been. He said he couldn't do it, couldn't stand at the altar and promise forever when his heart wasn't in it. The aftermath was a blur. Guests consoled, vendors appeased, plans dismantled. She was adrift in a sea of doubt. Had she been blind? Had she ignored the signs? Or was this a cruel joke, a nightmare she couldn't wake from? Hope flickered faintly within the wreckage. Hope that maybe this was a chance, a painful redirection to something truer. Everywhere she looked, ghosts of expectations haunted her. The venue they'd booked, the honeymoon they'd planned, the future they'd envisioned. Friends offered platitudes, but their words rang hollow. They couldn't understand the depth of her pain, the shattering of her dreams. She felt like a failure, a woman unworthy of love and commitment. The silence was the worst. No more late-night calls, no more whispered promises, no more shared laughter. Just an empty space where his voice used to be. She replayed every conversation, every interaction, searching for clues. Where had it gone wrong? When had their love begun to unravel? The answers eluded her, leaving her lost and broken. Section 5. A Journey Inward. Slowly she began to pick up the pieces of her life. She threw herself into her work, seeking solace in the familiar. She reconnected with friends, drawing strength from their support. Most importantly, she embarked on a journey inward. She explored her own heart, confronting her fears and insecurities. She delved into her past, seeking to understand the patterns that had led her to this point. Section 6. Shadows of the Past. Childhood wounds resurfaced, reminding her of her worthiness of love. Past relationships cast long shadows, whispering doubts and insecurities. But with each painful memory, she felt a glimmer of understanding. She realized she had often settled for less than she deserved, seeking validation in the eyes of others instead of within herself. The cancelled wedding, though devastating, had been a blessing in disguise. It had forced her to confront her own patterns and make a change. Section 7. Glimmers of Hope. As she healed, she began to see the world with new eyes. She rediscovered her passions, her interests, her own unique spark. The world seemed brighter, the possibilities endless. Glimmers of hope emerged from the wreckage of her heartbreak. She realized that true love wasn't about finding someone to complete her, but about finding someone who celebrated her completeness. Section 8. The Courage to Choose. She vowed to never again settle for a love that felt like compromise. She deserved a love that was fierce and unwavering, a love that set her soul on fire. She had the courage to choose herself, to choose her own happiness. No more settling, no more dimming her light to fit into someone else's mold. She was worthy of a love that was as bright and beautiful as her own spirit. Section 9. Finding Love in the Ruins. It was in the ruins of her broken heart that she found her true love, not in another person, but in herself. She discovered a strength she never knew she possessed, a resilience that could weather any storm. She learned to love herself, flaws and all, and in that self-love she found the freedom to attract a love that was truly meant for her, a love that would honor her, cherish her, and love her unconditionally. The cancelled wedding had been her greatest heartbreak, but it had also been her greatest liberation.